which we kind of got our acts together a little, just like maybe a week or two ago. So it will be a more intimate gathering probably, which is good because we love being with you all. And we have yeah, we have something fun that will be really taking action together. So it'll be we're gonna do the action R. I don't remember. I think it was Fossil Free California that first did the action R that we learned from. So we're gonna continue uh that style of meeting today. And we're going to talk about health versus big oil. If anybody's got a graphic artist in your family who wants to work on a really cool graphic of the health community standing up to big oil, we would love to see any renditions. But we're going to talk about how we can use our special trusted health voices to stop the California oil lobby from repealing the health and safety setbacks of SB 1137 that you all know lots about. If you want to put your name in the chat, your pronouns if you want, where you're calling in from, that'd be great. Our North Star. So this meeting is Climate Health Now Action Fund. And hopefully none of you know anything about 501c3s and C4s because it's not very fun. But Climate Health Now Action Fund is Climate Health Now's kind of affiliated organization, but CHN Action Fund is actually a 501c4, which means we can talk in an unrestricted way about very specific legislation and lobbying, grassroots lobbying. So the only difference is instead of organizing and mobilizing, CHN Action Fund organizes and activates the California health community to advocate for equitable systems level climate action, our North Star. And, we always kind of touch in on our norms occasionally. And today, we're going to kind of just anchor, especially into culture of respect in how we interact with each other. Lots of people are going through lots of hard things, like most of the time, and I think that's all totally understandable, and we have lots of compassion for that. And we really just want to always communicate in the most respectful way with each other, which, it's just worth always returning to. So that's it for our norms. And unfortunately, so we have, I think most of you know, we have our 4 teams on the different campaigns today. And very unfortunately, Noma Ojiaku and Dennis Jepson, who are the co-leads on the referendum team, they couldn't join today. So I'm standing in as their coach, and we'll be giving this overview. So we'll do a little intro, which will be fun. I'll talk a little bit about the campaign against the oil lobby's referendum. And then probably the most fun part will be using a template article that's designed for health colleagues to submit to their newsletters about the referendum, just to kind of educate the health community more. And we'll actually brainstorm about places to submit it, and maybe even submit some today. Talk about CHN Speaks, which is recruiting for coachees, and close it out. So anybody, let's see, how many? There's 10 of us.
We should just all say hi.
Yeah, let's do that. Since we're 10, how about if we go around and I can call people out. If you just want to say maybe your name, one thing you're excited about summer, and where you live. How about that? So we'll go first to Margie.
Oh, great. Hi, Margie Chen. I live in San Francisco, and I'm retired, and so I'm hoping that we can go to some national parks.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, that sounds great. I always want to get that passport thing.
Oh yeah, I got it's the golden passport. Whatever it is, I got one. It's like
cool. Fill that puppy up. How about you, Jeff?
Hi, Jeff Mann. I'm excited about hiking in the Sierras this summer because the Sierras are always fantastic.
We know it. We share this. Awesome. How about you, Michelle? We're sharing where you're calling in from and one thing you're excited about this summer.
Oh, hello. Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm at UC Berkeley, also physically in Berkeley, and I'm excited. I'm getting married.
Oh my
So that's exciting.
gosh.
And also, I
Yay.
have one of the national park passes, and they're awesome.
Cool. Park Pass honeymoon. I love it. Congratulations.
Thank
How
you.
about yeah. How about you, Bob or Robert?
Bob's good. Whoops. There we go. Um, National Park vacation's wonderful. I think we should all do that. I'm in Sacramento. We have a family get together out in Guerneville on the river there coming up in about a month. So looking forward to that.
Cool. That sounds
Nice.
fun. Maybe some tubing.
Mhm.
How about you, Jennifer? What are you excited about this summer?
Well, here. Um, I am excited to go to my daughter's graduation. She's getting her MSW next month, so we'll go to Seattle.
Oh, so
Congratulations.
cool. That is my homeland. Congratulations. That's really exciting. Congrats. It's a really celebratory time. How about you, Lisa?
Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa. I live in Alamo, and I'm excited because I love hiking up the hill behind me up on Mount Diablo, and it's dry enough now that I can go up there almost every day.
Mhm.
Dry enough for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
Oh gosh. Enjoy it while it's still
there's,
green, right?
there's that exactly.
Good. How about Brenda?
Hi everyone. I'm Brenda, she, her, Los Angeles. My husband and I will be going on a 2.5 week vacation to Germany and Prague and Vienna, and without our child. And
Whoa.
so that will be good and interesting and all the things. Well, she will be vacationing in Orange County with her grandparents. So I guess we're all going on vacation.
Cool. That's big. Sounds awesome. And then Hina.
Hi everyone, I'm Hannah from Alamo, she and her. And I think I'm excited about things slowing down a bit because kids will be out of school and allergies, that are horrible right now will be better. So I'm quite excited about being able to go out and take walks and yeah, and some travels here and there. But I think mostly just looking forward to the long days and ability to gather with friends and stuff like that. So
Cool.
thanks.
Yeah, I can't believe 10 days left in kindergarten for my family. And then Bill.
Hi, it's Bill Pevick, Sacramento. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with my camera today. In keeping with the national parks theme, we were in Yellowstone in April. We just got back from a mountain bike trip in Canyonlands National Park. We'll be going to Redwoods National Parks in July and planning to be in Zion in October. So
Feel
we've
like
got
you're
the Golden
bragging.
Eagle Pass, which I think Margie was talking about, which doesn't expire until we expire. So we're using that.
Very happy for you. Sounds really good. How about you, Amanda? Okay. Maybe now. Try again. Oh, I had, yeah.
Can you all hear me okay? Okay. I'm Amanda Milstein. I'm in El Cerrito, in the East Bay, and I will continue the national parks theme and add a slight twist. I am really, so in less than 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I'm going to be the volunteer camp doctor at a sleepaway camp in Yosemite, which I'm really excited about, sort of nervous. Last year, there were a lot of bizarre things that happened that I didn't see coming, but we got through it. So hopefully it will be smooth sailing. But I get to live with my family in a cabin in Yosemite for a week. So I'm very excited.
Wonderful.
Cool. Did everybody get to share? Yeah, anybody not get to? Okay. Well, it sounds fun with Memorial Day I can't believe it's next week. That's crazy. So thanks for sharing. So today we're solidly in the head part of the community organizing kind of triumvirate of the head, the heart, and the hands in terms of strategy and how we will work together to achieve our goals. And like I mentioned, so Climate Health Now Action Fund has 4 different teams of awesome people. Hannah's here. Who else is here on the teams? Just Hannah. Who are working in bigger coalitions, including Climate Health Now is a part of those, but we're working on 4, and today we're going to zero in on the one around the referendum. So Dennis and Noma are here with us in spirit, but they're the ones they're the liaisons for our community to the broader coalitions working on this. So I'm going to give you, probably many of you know more about this than I do, but just to kind of get everybody on the same page and share some background about this referendum, we'll start with that, and then we'll talk about the article about it. So SB 1137 was solidly passed. Here it is, solidly passed in 2022, and the governor signed it. You know, lots of coalitions worked together on this for years, actually, many years. And what SB 1137 is written to do is to prevent new oil drilling in California, which is the 7th largest producer of oil and gas in the country, prevent new drilling in a buffer zone, a health and safety buffer zone, or in a setback, you'll hear it called, from where people live, go to school, work, healthcare facilities, etc. And this was passed just a couple days later, literally. The oil lobby funded a referendum. I guess it's this one. So they funded a referendum. They gathered petition signatures, and they really misled people when you're at the grocery store and they're asking for signatures on a petition to put it on the ballot. That's what the oil lobby, the California Independent Petroleum Association, spent millions on gathering those signatures to qualify it for this November's ballot. And they still are spending millions of dollars. I mean, have any of you seen these ads on TV about
I've seen some billboards.
Yeah. So it's kind of the oil playbook, the oil lobby playbook of that it's going to cause gas prices to go up if this referendum, if we keep the law. They're trying to say that gas prices will go up. So this is like literally the oil lobby is our opponent in this campaign. And I guess a little bit more about why this is so important is that literally 2.7 million Californians live within this setback zone. So the health of 2.7 million Californians will be protected if we stop the oil lobby's referendum by keeping the law that was already passed. We just have to get the referendum out of the way. And as you could imagine, with redlining kind of history, the people who live in these front lines of the oil and gas drilling tend to be, communities of color, definitely lower income, kind of usually because of redlining and historic kind of racist policies. So it's a health issue, it's a health equity issue, it's a social justice issue, it's all those things. And then I think this is also kind of a kicker, is that even Louisiana and Texas have setbacks. And I think West Virginia also, like, we're really West Virginia has other things about capping oil wells, but but we're totally behind. You know, California, the green leader, like this is not an example of that if we let them win. So I think, and then this is also hopeful. So this is polling about kind of when people are polled about the referendum, and if Californians think that we should keep the law, which is our goal, is to keep the law. And the nomenclature about this is sort of confusing, but most, 70% are people, men, women, regardless of race, 70-ish% or more of people say that we should keep the law. So it's really the minority who are probably confused, but also say that we shouldn't keep the law. So the majority's on our side. It's just that the oil lobby has millions of dollars to confuse them, is the main challenge. Any questions or comments so far? Margie, yeah, please. I can't see them. So.
Oh yeah.
What is their argument? What are they saying actually to confuse people?
Well, so their campaign, as I understand it, is called the California Independent Energy Protection, or it's about energy independence. It's about paying at the gas, paying for gas. The gas will be more expensive if we keep the law. It's kind of the same, record for anything that phases out fossil fuels.
Lots of jobs and more gas prices up. Yeah.
I think from what I've heard and seen is, I think there will be there is some discussion of energy independence and wanting to keep California as an oil producing state so that we're not importing from other countries or quote unquote dirtier oil. But primarily it's an economic argument and really trying to feed into the very real inflation and related consequences that people are feeling, and to say that this is just going to raise prices at the pump.
And one other thing that is coming up is because we're also working on AB 1866, the oil well cleanup. We learned that I think something, maybe Hannah, you could help me with this, something like 80% of the wells in the setback zone that this referendum is related to produce less than 10 barrels a day. So they're not even highly producing. They're not preventing us from depending on Saudi Arabia's oil. They're already low producing, but that doesn't mean there's any less pollution. So that's kind of another reason that the gas prices argument is really weak, is because these are not, supporting California oil demand.
Yeah.
Anything else right now?
And what? Lifting Bill, what you put in the chat.
Yeah, that oil prices are based on international market. California's contribution is not going to determine the price. Our taxes, but that's a different thing. So, anything else? Such a smart group we have here. I love it. Learning from each other. Okay. So, Climate Health Now Action Fund is part of a bigger health coalition that's part of an even bigger, broader coalition of environmental justice groups, community groups, and a big, this is kind of like the classic 99% coming together to stop the 1% that has the millions and millions of dollars. This is, David versus Goliath type of a thing. So we're David and we're going to win because we have a lot of friends. But what we're going to, and then also, so this is just visualizing some of the groups in the coalition. But today, kind of, if there's any more discussion or questions, we could talk about that. And then we'll talk about the article that we have to share with more health colleagues about the referendum.
Could you just clarify? I'm forgetting whether the original bill applied to new wells or capping existing wells.
Just new. It just applies to new drills, new oil and gas drill sites.
Yep.
So it's admittedly what's
Yeah.
perhaps equally troubling about all of this, that we're sort of in this position, period, but also that it only applies to new wells. It's not even a complete fix, right?
Yeah. But we're working on other things related to the idle wells and well cleanup. So we're working on a multi-level strategy to that point. But great question.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Okay. So we wrote this article that, the reason the campaign team, Dennis and Noma, saw the need for this article is it's just like we called it our explainer. So it's just an explainer article focused on a health community audience. So, with citations about the science, explaining the health impacts, kind of targeted to our health colleagues. And the purpose, I mean, really, like, we had a magic wand. Each one of us, would submit this article to a health organization you're a part of, and then with the ask that they include it in an upcoming newsletter or some upcoming communications to just get this knowledge about it and why it's so important out to more of our colleagues. So that's the purpose, is to kind of just socialize what's happening and why it's really important as a health issue. So I'm actually going to go to the article. And Amanda, if you wouldn't mind dropping a link in the chat.
Yeah.
So you'll all have this link. And I wrote it, and Amanda edited it, and so did the health working group coalition leaders, conveners are PSRLA. They've been in this, effort for a very long time. And they're good with this article, so that's helpful. So it's been, vetted. It's not a perfect article. And what I would love is if you would use it as an open source tool. And, if you want to make edits to it, perfect. If you want to put your name on it, I 100% support that. We just want it to get out there. If you want to make it shorter and like whatever you want, it's just a template. The purpose of it, though, is just to educate more health colleagues. So, so it talks about oil drilling. It talks about the setbacks bill that was passed, that is being challenged by the oil lobby's referendum. Our citations are pretty darn good. Yeah, it's all cited, but some of them have hyperlinks. So that's maybe an opportunity. We can still improve that. And then it talks about the health impacts, and especially the health equity impacts. And that California is lagging because other states have already passed this. And then a little nod to kind of how the health community came together to ban like flavored tobacco and other tobacco regulations. That this is really a precedent that we're trying to build on, is that we, when industry profits are at odds with public health, there's a strong precedent for the health community standing up and making a difference in the outcome. And then they were part of the campaign for a safe and healthy California, along with a lot of other health groups and other groups. I mean, Governor Newsom has come out in support of this campaign. Schwarzenegger, whatever you think about him, he's come out in support. Senator Gonzalez, she passed the first bill. So, I mean, this is pretty helpful. But still, because of the funding that we're up against, we need to do more work. So then I guess I'll finish with this part, and then we'll shift to the action art part. The end of the article, importantly, so here's how you can join other health colleagues in standing up to the oil lobby in the interest of health and health equity. So the first ask to any organizations that we're a part of is to endorse the campaign for a safe and healthy California, which is what this campaign against the referendum is called, as an organization. So you know, to get, I don't know, can somebody shout out a health group you're a part of? Or just speak out?
Climate Health Now.
Climate Health Now. Okay, check. Okay, we did that.
What about like professional societies like American Academy of Pediatrics?
Uh-huh. So yeah, American Academy of Pediatrics, California has endorsed, but there's so many, you know, maybe HINA, I don't know if there's like a California psychiatrists group that you could think of.
Or like Margie, I don't know if like the districts of ACOG do endorsements.
District
maybe.
9, yeah.
District
You know,
9,
I'm not
really.
part of that anymore, but you know, the other thing is like just the medical societies. We have an OBGYN, you know, society.
Yeah,
totally.
So,
yeah, because so far right now, the health, this is the Campaign for Safe and Healthy California's website. It's all the usual players. It's like the climate health groups, except for AAP California, ALA. But we're missing a lot of the health community that's not already involved in climate. And that's where we can help. So that's when we're going to shift to, and you got that. We're going to shift to this collective spreadsheet, which Amanda will hopefully graciously drop into the chat. So we would love to brainstorm any not already climate oriented health groups that you might be a part of, that you could imagine submitting this article or, you know, a version of it that you want to adapt to them. And then we even wrote it out here. I'm interested in submitting an article about the health impacts of an important ballot measure this November. Can you tell me who I could talk to about submitting? Bye, Michelle. And then we could actually submit it. This is action our part, so get ready for action. Any ideas on groups? Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, Bill put
oh yeah, Sierra Sacramento Valley Medical Society.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Bill, do you want to connect with them?
I am not or never have been a member. So
Okay.
I probably don't have a whole lot of inroads there, but
Yeah, Gordon Garcia is who you were once a part of the that meeting. So I'll put question mark Gordon Garcia, and actually also what's her name? Angelina. Angelina Kranzune is a member and registered for this, but she couldn't join for this meeting. So I could ask both of them if they would submit it. But yeah, that's a great idea. Hannah put the Climate Psychiatry Alliance.
Yeah. Or APA. APA has American Psychiatric Association, something like that.
And Bob, you put California Acupuncturist.
Oh,
that would be fantastic.
Food Literacy Project, that's cool.
Bob Rosenbaum, Brenda. Yeah, and I don't think it's a deal breaker to be a member or not if there's like any affiliation. You know, you're we're offering them content for their newsletters.
Yeah.
So sometimes people need that. Yeah. Brenda, do you know, or sorry, Margie, do you know anybody at Ramp or Altamed? Yeah. Would you want to reach out to them? Awesome.
You can, Margie, I just met somebody at Altamed. I can team up with you for that one if you want it.
Cool. American Psychiatric Association. Yeah. Hannah, would you want to reach out to them?
Yeah. And Jennifer, Valley Physicians Group, do you do endorsement? As we understand it, any like you don't have to be a C3 can endorse a referendum.
Yeah.
but I wonder if, the Valley Physicians Group would be amazing. Green teeth. Yeah, Maggie, I don't know if they do endorsements, but we could ask them. Yeah.
Yep. Do you know anybody there? Aren't you talking to them, Margie?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, we gave them a talk. We gave a talk there.
Yeah. No, I think also back to your thought, Jennifer, about the physicians group union. I think there's already, so there's some other labor unions, like SEIU California. So there's I think unions would make all the sense in the world to ask, for sure.
And help people who are members, like, even more perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
we cap
Do you have CalNEJ? Do you have CalNEJ? The California
they've endorsed it.
Okay.
They have already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about California Nurses Association. And there's also a really big push to get CMA to endorse it, California Medical Association, which has not endorsed it. So if folks are interested in that, or getting Kaiser, I know there's work to get Kaiser to endorse it as well. And I think people are trying to figure out, like, what's the avenue to go with all of these different groups.
Is there any way to put more pressure on the CMA? It seems like that would be a really important group to get.
Yeah.
Yes. So the kind of party line that we've heard is that there's an executive committee meeting in August where they make decisions on all referendums. So it's really the executive committee, and the fact that the governor came out in support, like, they kind of do anything the governor says. So that really, I think, shifted the probability of CMA. But there's been lots of discussions and emails about asking for it. So yeah, I guess the opportunity I could see still is, like, meeting with executive committee members one-on-one.
What about just like a letter writing campaign from CMA members?
Yeah.
Like, just like mass numbers of CMA members?
Yeah.
Could be interesting.
Yeah. I know there's nobody else on right now.
Who's in CMA? Are you, Jeff, are you in CMA? No.
No, I'm spread too thin.
Yeah.
It's
too expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
But hey, Jerry, my CMA partner. We're gonna say something.
Santa Clara Medical Society seems very radical. You know, Bob Gold's in it, and Santosh Pradipati. They're real radical, those guys.
Yeah.
You mean
or
normal
for doctor group, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody there, Margie?
Yeah, I mean, Bob Gould's in that society, and Santosh Pradipati, he's an OBGYN.
Yep. Would you want to reach out to them?
You can.
Santosh. Oh yeah, Santosh. Santosh is like the president or something this year. Something. And the party. I hope I'm spelling that right. And then Margie, you had put Visión y Compromiso.
You know about them?
No.
They're a coalition of promotores that are very grassroots.
Cool.
They're throughout Central Valley and somewhat in Southern California.
Cool.
But they are, I've talked to them, and Marsh Plum, who is on their board. And so they are all about grassroots and protecting their constituents. It's an incredible institution. And and I certainly reach out to them again.
Okay, so Jeff put in the chat, let me know how I can access this list. So we can commit to
we'll follow up
sharing it. We'll just share it with everybody because you got attendance.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. We'll go kind of move on. But what we'll do is we'll share this with everybody. Jeff, Margie, everybody. And then you can, and we'll help, where are you? To kind kind of with the 3 steps, basically. It's like using the letter, reaching out to the group, and then asking them to submit it. That's it. So, any questions before we move on? No?
Good.
Okay. And then if anybody wants to get involved and has bandwidth to with helping with the referendum campaign more, we would welcome that also. So we have a campaign interest form, and if you wanted to express that, you could do that. And then I'm going to pass it to Amanda for action opportunity number 2.
Okay.
And I'm going to mute.
All right. Can y'all hear me okay? Yes. Okay. And I just put the link in the chat to the campaign interest form. We'll send all of this out as well. I was going to make one last point on the referendum, which is so as I think we made it clear, we're part of this much larger health working group, which is really deciding on strategy and tactics, et cetera. We think that there will be a lot more mobilization of the health working group in the summer and closer to the actual election. So if this speaks to you or you think you might have more bandwidth, then they're doing things right now like media trainings for health professionals to learn how to talk about the referendum. But we think that there will be, and we're pushing for there to be, more organizing like of specific hospitals and clinics, and really trying to bring this into where many of us practice and work. So if that sounds at all of interest, please let us know. Okay, so I'm going to lead us through, we're doing a lot of action today. So I'm going to lead us through another action. And I'm actually going to really do it as well, because I haven't done this yet. So Climate Health Now Action Fund, in addition to working on the referendum, is working on 3 other bills this year, which are all having a moment, as it were, in the California State Assembly. SB 2, Lisa, you are going to know that SB 252 is not quite in the same moment as these other 2 bills, but for the purposes of kind of ease and getting everything together, we're just lumping all 3 of these together right now. AB 1866, which Ashley already mentioned, is a bill that would expedite and mandate cleanup of idle wells in California, of which there are many, and many of them are still leaking methane and other toxins. SB 252, which requires CalPERS and CalSTRS, which are the largest pension funds in the country, to divest from fossil fuels. And then ACA 16, which is right now a bill that would give California, would essentially, if passed and signed by the governor, would go also on our November ballots to voters to amend our state constitution to enshrine the right to clean air, water, and a healthy environment for every Californian. Ashley, can you go forward 1 slide? So what our ask to you is right now, if you haven't done this already today, I'm going to drop a link in the chat for how to look up who your state assembly person is, if you don't already know.
And it also has their number.
And it has their number to call, exactly. And we can go on mute if you're not already, and we want you to give them a call. And you'll probably either leave a message or a staffer will answer. And here is a script for what you can say. It's very, very straightforward. I was nervous many times before I did this, but it's very easy. They're very friendly. They're just going to want to know your zip code. Please mention that you are a part of the health community, specifically what you do.
Can you put the blurb in?
Yes, I can put the blurb in the chat. Yep. And then that's it. And you just want to ask them to support these 3 bills. So we're going to take a few minutes and do that right now.
We can say hi to Paulina.
And hi, Paulina. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
I'll unmute.
There you go. Okay.
We're gonna put the blurb in the chat so you can literally read it if you want, as you call. Paulina, you joined for the action part of the meeting. So we can fill you in if you want to ask anything in the chat, but glad you're here. Hey, welcome back. The person that I spoke to in Wix's office said, "Oh, good, we've been getting a lot of calls about all three of these. Thanks for calling." I think he was being serious. So that's good. Yeah, because apparently they're going to be voted on this week. It's not totally clear exactly when, but thank you. So Brenda, do you want to talk about CHN Speaks, or Jeff too? Oh, Jeff is gone.
Yeah.
He's taking care of patients. But Brenda,
Yes,
do you want
I
to?
can do that. I was actually right about to go get some water, but now is a good time to talk about this. I will get the water next time, or in a little bit. Everyone here may have already heard about our new and awesome team, CHN Speaks. So this team, led by Jeff Mann, Cindy Hawk, and Carol Fonseca, basically we're giving the opportunity to our members to give a talk about climate, health, and equity. And I say talk and not presentation because it really is truly that. It can be any sort of discussion, conversation, education about climate, health, and equity with health colleagues. And I also phrase that loosely because it doesn't have to be a grand rounds. It doesn't have to be a very formal sort of endeavor. It can be a lunchtime discussion. It could be, during an office meeting, and it could be any length of time. And so we want to really broadly share this information because as you know, a very big climate advocate says, Catherine Hayhoe, really the most important thing we can do about climate change is to talk about it. And so Cindy, Jeff, and Carol are on standby to provide personalized mentorship and coaching for these talks for anyone who is interested. It's very easy to express interest. in this opportunity. I believe we have a link that will we already have dropped in the chat or will, and it truly is that you're expressing interest. This doesn't mean that you're signing your life away and saying that you will give a talk and that will happen. And yes, the dogs, this is a very important part of this endeavor as well. We can bring on the dogs. So we are also offering some limited funding to provide lunch if you do decide you want to give a lunchtime talk to your team, your office, your department. We can provide you free food. And so the dogs hopefully will make it for you in terms of, getting you to express interest in this really cool, awesome opportunity. Again, no need to be an expert in any of this. You could really just have this passion that you want to, you think that climate, health, and equity are important, and our team leads will help you craft the presentation for you so that you feel comfortable and confident to do so. And as many of people here may say, once you give that first talk, it really feels gratifying and so meaningful. And I'll bet that you'll want to do it again. So would love for people to sign up or even just ask us questions about it and possibly get free lunch. So I'll leave it there.
Free lunch exists. Any questions about CHN Speaks or interest?
And I was just going to add, if you, I know there's not tons of us on today, and many of the people on this call probably have given talks. If you've already given a talk, but you want to do more, or you want to figure out ways to improve on what you've done, let us know. And if you want to share that this opportunity with others, whether they're existing CHN members or not, we will welcome them in. So this is just a resource we'd love to get out there. Yeah.
I actually just gave a climate health talk that wasn't too engaging, so I will be reaching out.
Paulina, talking is hard. It's
really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, good job that you did it, because that the first time is really, really hard. So yeah, every time. Yeah. So congrats, and we'd love to help you with your next iteration. Yep. Great. And then just a little celebration. So just a few days ago, 7 of us made it to Sacramento. Hannah was there. Where is she? There she is. Brenda was there. Shwin was there. This was a little tiny CHN 5-month-old from a member we're recruiting. And this is a family member, Hart, who introduced AB 1866. So it was really fun. Just a little celebration that, oh my gosh, getting together is so much more fun than Zoom. So that was fun. And as always, we're always super open and excited when you tell any friends or colleagues in the health community about Climate Health Now, and anybody in the health community is welcome to join. And then Amanda's going to finish us out with some upcoming events. Awesome. Do you want to do your volume?
Yes.
All righty. So, and we're gonna end early, which almost never happens, so this is very exciting. We'll just plug 2 upcoming events and then one other opportunity. Tomorrow, actually, we have can you drop the link in the chat? Sure. We have our next discussion club, which we just started this year as a place to really sort of informally come together to talk about climate related pieces of media, writing, podcasts, documentaries, etc., and to really learn more and learn from each other. And for tomorrow, we are focusing actually on healthcare sustainability and plastics. So we're talking about 2 specific podcasts, one that has to do with plastics and policy solutions. That's an interview actually with a current California state senator. And then the other is about healthcare sustainability with a kind of also special focus on plastics. So if that is of interest to you, or you know of somebody who might be interested, please join us. That's tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Our next monthly meeting is Wednesday, June 26th at 12:30 p.m. we'll share that link and we'll share all of this in follow-up. And then last but not least, we recently launched a Slack workspace specifically for healthcare sustainability. And we're seeing where it goes. We've got some really interesting conversations happening there. No experience is required at all, but we're looking basically to create more spaces where people can come together, learn from each other, kind of cross-pollinate, especially with healthcare sustainability, where there's such a steep learning curve and such a specific, sometimes such a specific kind of skill set or set of things that you need to understand in order how to make change where you work. We're hoping that this can be a way to help bring folks together. So that link is how to join. And I know a lot of folks have strong feelings about Slack. If anybody has questions about Slack, I'm more than happy to answer them. So just let me know. And I think that's it. Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty. And then we'll just drop this link. We have an evaluation form for you all just to let us know what you thought of this. And we really mean it. We want to know what we can do better, what you liked, what you didn't. And I think that's it. Is there anything else or questions? We've got a few minutes.
Great meeting.
Maybe we can stop the